Trucks. First of all, the right lane is blocked off, and then shortly after, the left lane blocked off with two separate issues. Crews are on scene for both, but still no movement. Westbound 401 is heavy from just west of McAllen to both Express and Collectors to west of Borden. After that, westbound 401 delays west of Bayview to Dixon, ultimately expressing Collectors, approaching here Ontario out of both Express and Collectors to west of Mavis, then from Winston Churchill to Trafalgar. Eastbound on the 401 is slow going through Milton from Jamestown to Trafalgar, east of Winston Churchill to east of Mississauga Road, then across the city from the 427 out to Victoria Park in the Express and on and off to east of Kennedy in the Collectors. More delays east 401 as you go through Durham from Brock Road to Brock Street, again through Dixon, and watch out on the ramp to Harmony Road. The right lane's blocked off with a stalled vehicle. From the 680 Traffic Center, Christine Lagos.
We have reported a stopped vehicle on the westbound Gardner and York. Looks like a collision blocking the right lane here. Westbound Gardner is slow from the Don Valley Parkway to west of Strawn, from Parkside to Royal York. And then it's heavy on the westbound Queen Elizabeth Way from the 427 to west of Huron, Ontario, from Bronte to west of Guelph Line. Westbound 403 is busy approaching Concord to Huron. Delays on the eastbound QEW from Appleby to Burloak and from southbound.
So what happened to our 4 inches of rain?
404 is slow from Girard to York Mills.
I told some girl that had a certain number of inches and didn't.
On the 400 from Highway 7 in the Express to north of Teston, and it's heavy from approaching Aurora Road to north of Highway 9 as well. At last check, we had the traffic lights out at Bloor and Castle Frank. Emergency crews not exactly doing point duty, so please drive cautiously. It's a very big area where we have a power outage. And northbound
they can't understand how serving charges
it's time
there.
for life to begin again with Hakeem Optical's Back to It sale. Receive 2 complete pair of prescription eyeglasses from $199. Visit Hakeem Optical today. Your next report is at 5:01. Now with the forecast, here is Denise Andriachi.
Well, it's been a mostly gloomy day for the GTA with those thunderstorm watches through Hamilton, but those have since ended. Elsewhere in the province, it was quite intense in terms of thunderstorms. No more warnings in effect, just some watches outside of the GTA. Overnight tonight, near 17 degrees. Friday into Saturday, we're going to see some steady rain showers, up to 50 millimeters for anywhere under a special weather statement, and that right now is isolated to Hamilton and elsewhere across southern Ontario, not the rest of the GTA, although that could change. Winds currently out of the west-northwest. They're quite gusty right now, but it's hot and humid out there. Still feels into the mid-30s. Your guaranteed high for today is 28 degrees.
This extended forecast is brought to you by ELA.ca European Appliances. Save 15% on your kitchen and laundry appliances during their dishwasher and cooking appliance sale. Visit ELA.ca or your premium appliance retailer before August 31st.
At Spence Diamonds, we know the groom, just like diamonds, is under a lot of pressure. You have to give a speech in front of everyone you know, and they'll probably be
I told you they were, but they're not.
So maybe a little less pressure would be nice when buying the engagement ring. At Spence, you get a great selection of modern and classic styles with exceptional value and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Spence Diamonds. You'll find us and the perfect ring in Vaughan, Scarborough, and Mississauga.
We work for you.
From talking to the newsmakers,
To getting the answers to what you need to know about COVID-19.
and answers about your job and finances.
If you have a question, ask it at 680news.com/answers.
680 News gets the answers.
We're in this together.
680 News, working for you.
How are we in this together? I'm very confused. So everybody else has been trying to make me sick my whole life. All of a sudden, they're in it with me. You've been trying to make me sick my whole life. All of a sudden, I'm supposed to care that you're making yourself sick? Really? You're that fucking stupid?
Hello to our newest friend. Next, drop in at the Land Animal Exhibit.
You're scared that you might get sick now, and I'm supposed to care?
Experience
Really?
wildlife up close. Learn more at marieland.ca.
Fucking dumb. You're dumb as fucking wrong. There's still people that don't seem to understand it's a common fucking cold. They really believe magically it's no longer a cold and there will be a vaccine. With no fucking basis to believe that.
The government is going to roll the dice and hope for the best. Everyone wants schools to reopen, but being open isn't the same as being ready. Visit safereturntoschools.ca and tell the government we need a real plan to keep Ontarians safe. A message from the Ontario English Catholic Teachers Association.
Oh, yeah, again, false narrative. We must keep the schools open. Why? Teach what? Catholicism?
Well, yeah, this could be a very odd.
Yeah, we have no separation of church and state here.
Said today that it wants to buy TikTok.
Remember, the Catholics form a portion of the government, and I'm told that we don't form any of it. We're separate nations, but we're told we're subservient to people that do not form their own nation.
This is clearly about one name.
And no, there's no connection to the Vatican. No, there's not. No, there's not. Yeah, if there's a connection between me when I write an email to my cousin in the Netherlands, there's no connection.
Does this have to do with trying to reach a certain
they have to do this and that.
You know, all the kids are on TikTok.
Absolutely. Yeah. Walmart is definitely trying to reach a younger audience.
I don't care about this. I always do this on stuff. Maybe they talk about the airline.
What is the average age of someone who goes to Walmart?
What's the average age somebody goes to Walmart? What is money, stupid? The average age of people that have money.
Le thème de la revendication, dont plusieurs films qui vont porter sur différents enjeux mondiaux. Il y a aussi le programme Planet Africa, qui va être dédié spécialement, qui est dédié spécialement au cinéma d'Afrique et de la diaspora africaine. Et qui va cette année évidemment marquer les soulèvements du mouvement Black Lives Matter. Donc, c'est un programme composé de films, d'un panel et d'une soirée dansante diffusée en direct aussi. Ils ont également annoncé la liste des 36 courts-métrages qui vont faire partie de leur programme Shortcuts. Puis la liste aussi des prix qui seront présentés parce que c'est aussi évidemment un espèce de concours de ce festival-là. Puis, donc, c'est puisque la 45e édition du festival, c'est la 45e. Donc, pour célébrer cet anniversaire-là, ils ont aussi annoncé le programme Best of Fifth Reunions, donc réunion des meilleurs du titre. Donc, qui va présenter des visionnements de certains films qui ont été projetés lors d'éditions précédentes, ainsi que des discussions et panels avec justement des personnes des éditions précédentes. Bref, ils ont annoncé beaucoup de nouvelles et belles choses, puis on peut se rendre sur leur site web pour connaître toutes les dernières informations et pour aussi acheter des billets pour visionner ces films-là.
Oui, parce qu'il y aura des films en ligne, il y aura des films en salle avec un plus petit public, évidemment, il y aura des films extérieurs, donc on en reparlera. Merci pour toutes ces précisions, Marie-Pierre.
Bon plaisir.
On prend une pause le temps du grand bulletin d'information de Radio-Canada. On se retrouve dans 10 minutes. Pour nous réunir et nous raconter, il suffit parfois d'une seule voix. Marjorie April, une voix pour vous chaque matin. Il n'y a pas de hâte à pareil. Dès 6 heures, ici Radio-Canada Première. Vous pouvez être au magasin ou dans votre jardin, sous votre douche ou dans votre veine, dans votre chambre, dans votre phare, chez maman ou chez papa. Ici Martin Bref qui vous rappelle qu'ici Première en direct, ça s'écoute partout, que ce soit à la radio ou sur l'appli Radio-Canada Audio. Pas de jaloux?
Checking the 680 News regional weather conditions. Markham, partly cloudy, 29 degrees. Mississauga, overcast, and 29. It's cloudy in Brampton, and 29 degrees. Downtown Toronto, cloudy, and 28 degrees. The UNMASKED reading of 34. The News Watch never stops. 680 News is CFTR AM Toronto. It's 5 o'clock.
Number one for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is 680 News, Toronto.
Here are James Monroe and Slijana Tominsic.
Good afternoon, it's Thursday, August 27th.
Here's what's making news right now.
The Jays game reportedly canceled, and no Raptors tonight as NBA and MLB players take a stand against anti-black racism. We'll know soon if the NHL will follow suit.
The Toronto District School Board offers up a preview of what the first day back to class is going to be like.
And are you feeling great now? Yes, everybody, please.
Hurricane Laura now a tropical storm, although there is some intense damage. Other places are unscathed, but still devastating results of winds reaching 250 kilometers an hour. The Raptors'
Big Bush 240, and that's why I didn't count as level 5.
Will have to wait while the Blue Jays have an eventful day despite not playing tonight. Sports at 15.
Easy money, the TSX falling, but the S&P notches another all-time closing high. Business at 26.
He uses the catchphrase "easy money," and then nothing to do with that is what he talks about.
En route
to an issue in Pickering, east and westbound Highway 7, west of Brock Road at sideline at 26. Both east and westbound lanes are blocked off. OPP letting us know it is a collision. Emergency crews are on scene. We'll have a full closure of the next report when we get there. But avoid Highway 7, west of Brock Road, east of York-Durham town line, as we have this closure in place. Both east and westbound blocked up right now, all because of a collision. Now on the 401, some good news. Westbound 401 at Wharton and the Express problems have finally cleared away. Both of them. It's slow going from McAllen Collectors approaching Kennedy Express over to west of Wharton, building towards Victoria Park. The delays west of Bayview to Dixon, approaching here Ontario to west of Mavis, and Winston Churchill to Trafalgar. From the 680 Traffic Center, Christine Lagos.
And I'm just looking at delays here on the westbound Gardner from the Don Valley Parkway to west of Strawn. And in that delay, we have a problem at York blocking the right lane. It's also slow from Parkside to Royal York. Westbound QEW delays from Dixie to west of here Ontario. They're lightening up a bit in Mississauga. And then it's heavy from Bronte to west of Guelph Line. On the northbound 410, it's heavy approaching Steeles to north of Queen. And northbound 400, it's heavy going from Highway 7 in the Express to north of Teston, approaching Aurora Road to north of Highway 9. Expect delays on the northbound Don Valley Parkway from Gerard to York Mills. Northbound 404 is slow from the 407 to north of 16th. And eastbound QEW is heavy going from Appleby to Burloak and from southbound to Dixie. 407 ETR is helping communities and hospitals with a $5.2 million donation to United Way and GTHA hospitals. Learn more at 407etr.com. Your next report is at 5:11. Now with the forecast, here's Denise Andriachi.
Well, we've got a few scattered showers here and there in the GTA, nothing substantial or that will really even affect the drive. We have the chance to continue with this for the next couple of hours, but the severe weather threat stays south of us here through the southwestern tier of the province is where we had some pretty intense thunderstorm cells, but even those are continuing to track out of the region. So in terms of any sort of active weather, we've got more on the way, and special weather statements have been issued for the city of Hamilton, elsewhere in southern Ontario, because of some rainfall for Friday, Saturday. So we'll talk more about that over the next couple of days. Right now, it is mostly cloudy at Pearson, still with a humidex near 35. Your overnight low is 17.
680 News Time 5:03.
The fight against racial injustice continues in the major professional sports leagues. Move to boycott and postpone games to protest police brutality spreading like wildfire.
680's Michelle Mackey joins us live with the latest. Michelle.
Well, so Jana, tonight's Jays versus Red Sox game reportedly canceled. An inside source confirming the news to Sportsnet's Hazel May. And some in the NHL bubble are looking to follow suit. A number of players tell San Jose Shark Vander Kane with the Hockey Diversity Alliance they do not want to play tonight and instead want to take a stand against racial injustice.
You realize everybody fucking hates hockey except for white people? Oh, I know there's like 3 black players. They all grew up surrounded by white boys. They all think they're black because they're the darkest person they ever see.
The NHL suspend tonight's games, but still no word
You
from
hurt
the
their
league.
feelings when you called them nigger. That's how we know they're not black. At least got hurt. White people's feelings get hurt when you say the word nigger.
ESPN NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski.
You know, as one player said to Mark
I don't
Spears,
think you should say those words. Really, Mr. Fascist Italiano, you're going to tell me you've been on my land longer than me. I'm white, you're black, and I shouldn't say nigger. Get the fuck lost, I shook you in the air, pussy.
I'm Michelle Mackey.
Magically, this person's lived here exactly 1 day longer than me, according to him. He also says I lived in some other building he lived in that never happened.
In-class learning next month.
Never seen him before, seen him once in my life. Oh, he called the cops because I beat him after death with a stick, but they never spoke to me. Right, and this is the basis for an eviction application.
Students will line up at the front door behind pink lines painted on the sidewalk 2 meters apart.
You think the sheriff's going to come evict me? The sheriff will family going to die.
Good. Did you do a screening with your parents?
It's masks and physical distancing everywhere. Principal Lisa
What's it
Met
say?
says yes, the families are
Gold
feeling
medal.
excited, also worried, and a bit trepidatious.
I think there's a lot of excitement to come back after many months of being at home.
You fucking
But
homo.
of course, there's questions and the
Never see somebody so pale in my fucking life. Oh, my skin is olive. What the fuck are you talking about? You're not covered in pimples and it's not black or green. How the fuck are you olive, you fucking moron? I'm supposed to listen to it and go, oh yeah, olive, because it's in my memory from somewhere. No. Nobody ever taught me that olives were pale white, you fucking moron.
I'm Mark Douglas.
Parents of students in the Toronto District School Board have until Saturday to register their child for either
or what? What happens? What happens if they don't register? Nothing? Nothing happens? Nothing? Because they're not required to register the kids for school because this is Ontario?
The first chance for elementary students is just
This is Canada. So the same rule applies across Canada.
That change is September 30th.
It is a question many parents have. They send their kids back to class. Is it then safe for the children to spend time with grandparents? Dr. David Williams,
repeatedly, they don't answer the question.
Listen. That question today. He says parents have asked themselves several questions.
Who are the children in that group, and how am I satisfied that that cohort is being handled right? The supervision, the coordination, the maintaining of the infection prevention control practices. Is it to my satisfaction that at least it's equal to what we have done? If you're saying we, the royal we, in your social circle, and in that case, they may say, okay,
they're going to be having masks at school. And there's going to be social distancing, and even when it's not possible to social distance, they're going to try anyway. That's what she said.
Class learning, he said yes.
A new global poll from the Pew Research Center.
No, he didn't, or you wouldn't have to fucking tell us afterwards what he said. You didn't answer the question either. You didn't ask him that question.
How their governments have handled
you would have answered that fucking question.
Canada ranks third in a new survey that asked people around the world how their government has handled the pandemic.
Yeah, but you still think that air pressure causes gravity,
the government has handled the
and China
COVID-19
is
crisis
spreading
well.
some
Denmark
new thing
ranked
called the
first at 95%.
coronavirus, capital
The
C,
US and
T, M,
UK
like
were at
the
the bottom of the list, with fewer than half saying their governments had handled the crisis well. The poll also found Americans overwhelmingly feel their country is more divided than before the pandemic at 77%, while Denmark and Canada are at the other end of the list, with the majority feeling more united.
All coronavirus are the common cold.
This is All News Radio.
They will interrupt you 6 times.
Watchdogs identified the man shot and killed by police following confrontation about masks at a cottage country grocery store. The SIU says 73-year-old Leslie Hedges was shot by OPP officers on July 15th outside of a home at near Haliburton. Shortly before that, the man got into a fight with an employee at a Value Mart in Minden over the mask policy. He then drove his car into the store before driving away. Police followed him to a home where shots were fired. The SIU says a gun was recovered from the scene, along with guns from 2 police officers. Investigators have also interviewed 5 civilian witnesses and 4 other officers.
There were no
Canada's largest airline says it's had to deal with some passengers who simply refused to wear masks. Here's 6 City's Richard Southern.
Air Canada tells me that there's, quote, been a small number of incidents where customers have been sanctioned for non-compliance as regards not wearing a mask. Now, the airline wouldn't go into detail on exactly how many such incidents there were or exactly what sanction means, although the airline says they have a graded approach with this, and it could include an all-out ban from flying Air Canada in the future. Now, anyone traveling on any airline in Canada is required by law to wear a face covering, and Air Canada points out that overall customers have been generally good with this. In the United
Jimmy
States,
Cornier to Mexico, to the United States from Mexico. He flipped out so hard, 2 different airlines refused to carry it.
In the U.S., the effort to clean up is underway in Louisiana, where Laura continues to churn, but now is a tropical storm.
Laura made landfall as a Category 4 hurricane, one of the strongest storms to hit the U.S. Winds of up to 250 kilometers an hour tore off the siding and roofs of coastal buildings. Reporter Ted Oberg was staying in a hotel 80 kilometers from where the storm actually hit.
That's not a fire alarm or anything like that. It's the wind whistling through those doors. It's incredibly loud.
Oh, that's not even the outside. Yeah. That's the wind in your house.
Arkansas, as it's been downgraded to a tropical storm.
They played the same sample a dozen times this morning. Now the Lord's
Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser.
Anyone that's close to the coast, we've got to pray for them, because looking at the storm surge, there would be little chance of survival.
It does appear the surge wasn't as bad as many thought it would be. Still, the death toll is expected to rise.
Yeah, it never goes down, stupid. It always rises.
Now, 680 News gas price update. Info predicts price will fall 2 cents at midnight.
Are you a business leader facing unprecedented change? The One virtual conference by CPA Canada is an immersive experience designed for business leaders like you. Explore the latest business strategies and solutions to succeed in a changing world. Improve your skills through over 40 sessions from leadership to technology, and connect with over 1,000 business leaders across Canada. September 17th and 18th, packages from $99. Register at cpacanada.ca/radio.
6 City News Time by 11.
Traffic and weather together on the ones brought to you by Aero Furniture, Airborne, Chopper 680, Jordan Kerr.
Flying over this major issue in Pickering on Highway 7, east and westbound Highway 7, midway between Brock Road and York Durham Town Line at sideline 26. East and westbound lanes are blocked off with a really serious collision. We got an air ambulance surrounding the scene right now looking for a place to land. We have at least 3 vehicles involved, one went off the road, 2 looks like hit each other head on. They're smashed up, there's debris all over the place, and again, there's this air ambulance looking for a place to land nearby. Eastbound traffic right now on Highway 7 is being forced on the sideline.
Maybe I should get out of the way.
Westbound traffic just being turned around right now. A good idea to just avoid Highway 7 east and westbound between York Durham Town Line and Brock Road. Highway 407, of course, is an alternate. It's just fine. And again, the other alternates to the north of here, Concession Road 7. On the eastbound 401, you'll find delays Winston Churchill to Mavis, 427 to Victoria Park Express, and to Kennedy and the Collectors. Then from east to Brock Road on and off to Harmony Road. On the ramp to Harmony, we had an issue. It just cleared away. From the 680 Traffic Center, here is Christine Lagos.
And you'll find delays on the westbound Gardner Queen E from the Don Valley to west of Strawn, Parkside to Royal York, and a bit slow west of Kipling, where the left lane is blocked now with a stalled vehicle. Westbound QEW is heavy from Dixie to here, Ontario, from Bronte to west of Guelph Line. Lots of volume heading up northbound on the 400. It's heavy from the 407 Express to north of Teston, Aurora Road to north of Highway 9, northbound Don Valley 404, slows from approaching Bloor to York Mills from the 407 to north of 16th Avenue. Eastbound QEW looking at delays approaching Steeles to north of Queen, and northbound Kiel approaching Shepherd. Now we have a crash here blocking the right lane. Emergency crews are on scene. Don't miss Aero Furniture's sensational summer sale. Support Canadian manufacturers and distributors and don't pay till 2020. Conditions apply. Visit aerofurniture.com. Your next report is at 5:21. Now with the forecast, here is Denise Andriachi.
Mostly cloudy and 28 degrees right now at Pearson. It was our guaranteed high today. We did make it up to 29, and the humidex is still feeling like 35 for much of the GTA. A few scattered showers here and there. For the most part, it's a quiet evening. Overnight tonight, we dropped to lows near 17, and for Friday, we'll see a chance of showers through the day, but it's midday to Friday night and through Saturday that we see some steady periods of rain across southern Ontario. And then by the end of the weekend, bright and sunny with a cooler air mass near 23 degrees on Sunday. Your overnight low tonight is 17.
Now the Scotia Trade Market minutes, Richard Southern.
Another record high close for Wall Street. The S&P 500 up just 5 points, but that's good enough for another record at 3,484. The NASDAQ, though, backing off of its all-time high, fell 39 points today. The Dow with a pretty big winner, down 160 to 28,492. As for Canada's main stock index, and the TSX closing a little bit lower today, down 58 points or 1/3% to 16,731. Commodity prices responsible largely for that. We had the price of gold giving up $19, down to $1,932. Oil down to $43.04. Canadian dollar moving higher, up to 76.14 cents US. At the Business Center, I'm Richard Southern.
Direct invest with Scotia iTrade. Get started in 3 easy steps and begin your investing journey from home today. Learn more at scotiaitrade.com.
Do we have to recall everyone?
What if I need to stay home and take care of my kids?
What if someone gets sick?
My name is Stuart Rudner, and the team at Rudner Law continues to guide our clients through these challenging times. I'm happy the discussion has shifted from layoffs to recalls, but as we get back to business, there are even more questions. Whether you're an employee or an employer, we will help you protect your rights.
HR lawyers, employment lawyers, workplace lawyers, whatever you call them, you'll be glad you did. RudnerLaw.ca.
Instead of calling it a day, what if you made the day longer, stayed outside longer, made the warm summer nights last longer? Enjoy more summer with beautiful outdoor lighting from Lando Lighting. Come in now and save during their indoor-outdoor sale. Lando Lighting renovated their store, and it's better than ever with lots of new outdoor fixtures. For more time outdoors, the best selection, and expert advice, go to 210 Clarence Street, Brampton.
This is All News Radio, 680 News.
Right, skies in downtown Toronto, 28 at Pearson, feels like 35. Good afternoon, I'm James Monroe.
I'm Jana Timmons. So here's the top stories right now.
All on the same team in solidarity with the social justice movement. The NBA postponing its 3 games today, including the first game of the Raptors and Celtics second-round playoff contest. Now we're hearing reports the NHL is canceling its games for tonight, and the Blue Jays will also not take to the field in Buffalo for the game against the Red Sox. A special weather statement in effect for Hamilton. Full traffic and weather straight ahead.
Time for 680 Sports.
First guy.
The Blue Jays joining a chorus of teams across Major League Baseball that will not play tonight. This comes after the Red Sox have a team meeting joining in Jackie Bradley Jr.'s decision not to play tonight. The Blue Jays and Red Sox were scheduled to play at 6:30 in Buffalo. On top of that, the Blue Jays add to their roster, picking up Taijuan Walker in exchange from the Mariners. Going back to Seattle is a prospect to be named later. It could be a top 30 prospect. That's the good news for the Blue Jays. The bad, Trent Thornton hits the 45-day IL, effectively ending his season, while Anthony Alford was designated for assignment, and the Pirates pick him up. Several other games across the big leagues have been postponed tonight. The NHL has yet to make it official, but we've seen tweets from players saying it was a player's decision not to play tonight. The NBA, we know they will not play. That means the Raptors will have to wait to start up their second-round series with the Celtics. The league is hopeful that they can begin play either tomorrow or Saturday. And the PGA Tour playoffs continue at the BMW Championship. 2 players share the lead at 2 under. One of them is Canadian Mackenzie Hughes. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour or anytime at sportsnet.ca/590.
This is 680 News.
When Mark Mendelson and Babe Blue Radio joined forces with 680 News over 25 years ago, it was the start of a beautiful relationship.
We've been advertising on 680 News since the very beginning. Radio is the best vehicle for advertising long-term to a client base who will buy when they're ready to buy. And we're a long-term business, so we love long-term results.
Vendors love those results too.
Whenever we talk to a vendor about co-op advertising, they say, oh, please advertise on 680 News. And that's because the CEOs of these companies I'm dealing with are listening to this radio station all the time, and all their friends are. And the reason 680 works is because it's foreground radio. When people are actually listening to 680 News, they're actually listening.
And what you say to those listeners has shaped how they see the Babe Blue Radio brand.
Radio gives you your personality, and you can personalize your company, which we've managed to do over a long period of time on 680 News.
It sounds like it's working.
Well, we're still here after 73 years.
Get 680 News working for you. Visit 680ads.com.
This is 680 News. We're working for you, trying to get answers. Toronto's Associate Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Vanita Dubé, joins 680 News web team for a question and answer section.
Can prolonged mask wear lead to a rise in gum disease and other potential dental issues?
So I am not aware of any dental issues related to mask use. Masks have been used actually for decades and decades in hospitals. I said before, I work in the emergency department. I wear masks when I'm at work. And there has not, as far as I know, been associated mask usage with healthcare workers and gum disease. So I'm not aware of that as an issue.
In this week's Q&A session, the doctor answered many back-to-school questions, including more about classroom cohorts versus social bubbles. You can find the full chat on our website, 680news.com.
I will kill you on a piece of
Berman, 680 News.
Oakland police say officers used tasers to arrest 2 men after reports of someone driving erratically on the QEW in Burlington. It happened around 10:30 last night. This constable tells 680 News a vehicle then stopped at a gas station where officers tried to arrest the driver.
That person got back in the driver's seat of the car and struck the officer with his vehicle and struck a cruiser and exited the gas station at a high rate of speed. And
good.
We did initially.
How many weeks is that piece of shit off for?
Due to public
how many delays now are there? Police don't come out the station for nothing. You don't even lock your own parking lot anymore. In case the gate don't open, they might have to get out of the car and open it.
Several charges, including operation while impaired. A 32-year-old Toronto man faces several charges, including obstructing a peace officer. Canada pushing for political change in Lebanon as it offers assistance following the deadly explosion.
On a visit to Beirut, Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister Francois-Philippe Champagne had a face-to-face meeting with Lebanese President Michel Aoun and says the assistance Canada has given and offered in the wake of the deadly explosion must come with change in that country.
There cannot be
aid without real reforms that
Why? What does the one thing have to do with the other, you fucking idiot? Oh, we must enforce our political will. Why? Give them the dented cans of milk, you fucking moron. Oh yeah, the president's going to become a trillionaire off our dented cans of milk. You are fucking stupid. Stop speaking English, because that's what it fucking does to your brain, eh? We told them it must come with some political change. Yeah, the French are real good at that. You're a fucking genius. You're the one to send out. You need political change. Who's the foreign troops in every fucking country of non-white people? Oh, French troops. They really want to hear this from you, you fucking retard. You are fucking retarded, bro. Wait, stupid.
Because of a major crash, and it looks like two vehicles hit each other head on. A lot of damage done here. In terms of alternates, right now eastbound traffic on Highway 7 being forced onto sideline 26, north up to concession 7. Concession 7 is your main alternate if you're not taking the
road's not on fire.
Note, if you go south, there's Whitesdale.
None of your
Do not
abutments
take
collapse.
that because it's closed.
That's not any damage at all, you fucking idiot. We're not here to listen to the damage to the cars. It's the road damage, stupid.
Because it's closed west of North Road.
Wow.
In between here. Again, 407 is fine. Concession Road 7, that is very busy, but it's the only other road open through the stretch. Now, the 401 is just volume. West 401 delays through Kennedy Collectors, west of Baby to Dixon, approaching here, Ontario, west of Mavis, and approaching the 407 to Trafalgar. From the 680 Traffic Center, here's Christine Lagos.
On the northbound 400, we have delays from the 407 Express to north of Teston, from Aurora Road to north of Highway 9, northbound Don Valley 404, that remains slow from approaching Bloor to York Mills, approaching the 407 to north of 16th. It looks like those tumbles westbound on the Gardner at York have cleared. However, it's still slow from the Don Valley Parkway to west of Strawn, and from approaching Park Lawn to west of Kipling, where problems have been moved over to the Bullnose while wide lanes are now open. Westbound QEW delays from Dixie to west of Copper, from Burloak to west of Guelph Line. It's slow northbound on the 410 from Steeles to Beauvais, and on the eastbound QEW is slowed down through 3rd, and from Mississauga Road to Dixie. Northbound Kiel approaching Shepherd, right lane is blocked with a collision. It's slow from north of Wilson. Celebrating over 30 years of custom decks and happy customers, Hickory Dickory Decks offers the widest selection of low-maintenance decking. Enjoy life outdoors. Visit decks.ca. Your next report is at 5:31. Now the forecast. Here's Denise Andriachi.
Oh, mostly gloomy day overall. We've had a few peaks of sunshine, and now we're seeing just a few scattered light showers make their way across parts of the GTA for the next few hours. Overnight tonight, it should be a fairly quiet night in terms of active weather, but through the day tomorrow and into Saturday, we will have some periods of rain, and EC is starting to issue some special weather statements for up to 50 millimeters for portions of southern Ontario. Right now, Hamilton under a statement. The rest of the GTA is not, but it is going to be an unsettled couple of days with the sun making a comeback for the end of the weekend. Sunny and near 22 on Sunday. Your overnight low tonight is 17 degrees.
Coming up at the bottom of the hour, all on the same team in solidarity with the social justice movement. No games in the NBA today, including the Raptors.
Justice movement. Thanks for naming it, white boy.
The NHL apparently
We're not talking about socialist society. You're not part of our group, so there's nothing to do with social
All
anything.
of us have a role to play
How
in
the
safely
fuck is
reopening
this social?
Ontario schools. That's why the Ontario
Ça, c'est
government
mon
asks doctors,
société.
health
You're not
officials,
part of the
school boards,
corporation,
and
stupid.
educators to help build
You're a
comprehensive
different
plan to keep our
corporation,
kids
moron.
safe. Working together,
Wow.
our plan includes physical distancing, putting more
Everybody's
nurses in
had a hard
schools,
day at work
masking,
since 8
enhanced
million
cleaning,
fucking
enhanced
people are on
sanitization, and other
assistance.
measures
You
to ensure the
fucking
well-being
idiot.
of students and
Oh,
school
you're
staff.
dumb in the head,
To learn
right?
more,
Right?
please visit ontario.ca/reopening schools. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
Know the moment it happens.
Subscribe to 680 News breaking news alerts on your mobile.
Powered by the Monitoring Center Home Security.
Visit 680news.com.
This portion of the news brought to you by Appliance Canada. U.S. President Trump giving his acceptance speech tonight from the White House. Here's ABC's Alex Stone.
According to campaign aides, President Trump's speech will blast Joe Biden on a number of topics, including the border, taxes, energy policy, trade, China, and crime. The president will try to lay out two distinct visions,
This
his
guy's never
versus
been
Joe
presidential.
Biden's
He
vision.
never had an
We're told the
influence in any of that
president will
shit.
place a strong emphasis on jobs and economic
I'm better than
recovery.
you on all these issues you never did.
That's
You
ABC's
never did them
Alex
either, to be
Stone.
honest.
680 News Time, 525.
Appliance Canada is looking to redefine the price of luxury for Jen Air products. Until September 30th,
we can see how badly you got the system bogged down. I don't give a fuck.
And save 20%. Buy 4 or more and save 25%. Plus, buy 3 or more eligible appliances and save up to an additional $750. See if
staying at home, get all the same offers and buy a car in your underwear at MarkvilleToyota.com.
What the fuck are you fucking doing, faggot? Holy fuck! You're gonna take control of somebody's device. Do something, you fucking moron. You fucking idiot.
Could an airplane journey you take in the not too distant future be totally powered by batteries and not a drop of jet fuel?
No, because jet fuel's clean. Batteries are fucking heavy.